credit cards and tequila. What do they have in common? Not much outside of some of the nuances and complexities across the types. When we think about credit cards, for example, there's cash back cards, there's balance transfer cards, there's travel rewards, there's luxury cards, and so much more. When we think about tequilas, though, we think Blanco or Anejo. Plata is another word that may get thrown around, and Reposado as well. So many different types, right? We're talking about credit cards, but the complexities of those, and we're talking about tequilas. There's also so many types and so many complexities as we think about that as well. Now, this video is going to serve as the top 5 tequilas that I have and the top 5 credit cards that I have, and potentially, right, if they make sense and the story behind them makes sense for you, you can go ahead and add that to your collection as well. I will have referral links. If anyone is interested in those, please go ahead and let me know. Last time I did a tequila talk, you guys were interested in all sorts of things. So we'll cover whatever we need to cover tonight. But thank you, everybody that's already here. And so excited to see some people in the chat. As I was kind of preparing for this video, I did go ahead and make myself a margarita here. I'll probably put that to the side, though. Man, that's good. I'll probably put that to the side because we are going to be tasting some of the tequilas that we'll be talking about here. So keep in mind, I'm only going to include tequilas that I have in the collection. And I hate to use the word collection because tequila is not an investment. Tequila is not something you just keep on your shelf collecting dust. I drink the tequila. So I hate to say the word collection because that implies like it's like a baseball collection. You just keep it forever, right? Not what I'm doing with tequilas, not what I'm doing with credit cards. But nevertheless, the top 5 tequilas are going to come from some that are in my personal ensemble, personal cohort here that I have at the house, as well as the same with credit cards. It's only going to include those that I've had or maybe I've had in the past. Done so many videos talking about my insane journey with credit cards. Check out that video after this one if you haven't seen it. Let me say hi to a couple people and we'll just dive right into the 5 categories here. Calder, good to see you. Do all 5 cards have an elevated tequila multiplier? I love it. I wish that they did, but we can talk about the ways that I purchase tequila and try to maximize those purchases for sure, especially like with online vendors that may code as grocery, for example. So Rodney, hello. James V, hi. Memphis Mike, heard you're traveling, and thank you. I gotta start wearing a crown or something like that. That'd be so cool, but I'm just kidding. Thank you, though. Dwayne, hello. Hello. Dem, what's up? Sleepy Rod, have you ever been to Tequila, Mexico? I feel like you would love it. Sleepy Rod, I've been to Mexico a lot, but I have not been to Tequila or Jalisco, or I know I'm butchering some of the names, but no, I have not. Let me know if you have an itinerary for me, though. Happy to consider that for 2026. And yes, you can get Total Wine gift cards at Best Buy, Staples, Walmart. Just throwing it out there for some folks that may have some cards that have elevated multipliers at some of these locations. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and dive into the first one. As I go through, I would love to hear what you would say, whether it's tequila, whiskey, heck, different flavors of water. I don't care, right? Let me know your top 5 as we go through this listing. Round number 1 is going to be called generically the daily MVP. If I'm grabbing something out of my wallet, if I'm grabbing something off the shelf behind me here, what's that going to be? I'm going to start off with credit cards here for this first category. And my daily spend card is my Citi Strata Premier card. This is one card that I've had for years at this point. It comes in at a $95 annual fee. And exchange for the money that comes out of your bank account and that annual fee amount, you're going to receive 3 points per dollar at things like supermarkets, EV charging or gas, if that applies to you, restaurants, air travel, hotels. And did I say grocery stores? I don't know if I did, but just 3 points per dollar on all of those categories. I have probably at least 3+ videos on Citi. So if you're interested in any of the cards in their lineup, highly recommend it. And this may be a card I circle back around and try and reapply for here. I haven't had a welcome bonus in 48 months, 49 months. So I'm itching to get another one. Some of my favorite ways to use my credit card points when I think about the city travel, wow, city thank you points, excuse me. Haven't even had that much tequila yet. But when I think about using the city thank you points program, my most common use cases have been so far, like in 2025, preferred hotels, which is one city thank you point becomes four I prefer points. And that has been crazy lucrative for me. I did do a video on that and I'll attach it after the live stream. I'll go ahead and attach the videos that I'm referencing here. But preferred hotels, Choice. I love using it for their experiences and their like vacation packages almost. And then of course, JetBlue. I don't have a JetBlue credit card. So this is one of the ways that, traveling to Florida from Providence is a nonstop flight with things like JetBlue, things like Breeze. So when I don't have those credit cards, I got to rely on transferable currencies like Citi. All right. How does everyone else like to use their Citi cards? And also, what is your daily MVP? Put it in the chat. Give me number one so I know what card goes to what. But ultimately, and I didn't forget water this time, but let me know what your daily driving, daily spend card. If you're just going wherever, you just pull this card out without even worrying about it. All right. Switching over to tequila. So daily MVP category is still round one here, but switching over to tequila, my daily drinker, if I'm just going to go, I want something to drink real quick, I'm going to run over to the shelf. And for the most part, I am going to grab a bottle of G4 or A Quattro Reposado. It's the green label bottle. All of their different types of tequila have different color labels. So this one's the green. The price point on this, since I've been talking about annual fees, anywhere from, in my area, right? I live in Rhode Island. It may be less, it may be more where you're coming from. But, and let me go ahead and just mute my phone as well. I forgot to do that. Usually on Do Not Disturb, but I must have forgotten. Okay, cool. Nevertheless, anywhere from $42.99 to about $55. Where I get it though is $42. So daily drinker, I usually have a backup bottle ready. I love this. It's good on its own. It's good in a margarita. It's good. It doesn't give you that like alcohol-y burn taste. You know what I'm saying? When you think about tequilas. And then cheers, y'all. I went ahead and poured myself a little bit as well so we can kind of drink through. So good. Anywho, a little bit more about this tequila. So G4 or A Quattro stands for the fourth generation that this family has been making tequila. The distiller is Felipe Camarera, and I may be pronouncing that wrong again, but nevertheless, Felipe is the master distiller behind G4 and his two sons right now. They use rainwater, they use spring water, and it's all from their family farm. So they're growing everything at their farm. They're using recycled rainwater. They're using spring water from their site as well. And then you'll notice, I'll show the color difference as we go through the listing here. It's not clear. So like if you're used to like a Patron or other types of clear ones, this one has more like I'll say this is like a straw or like a hay kind of color. Not to be confused with Hey Quattro. That was kind of cool there. But light color yellow as we think about that. It's aged for up to 6 months in Tennessee whiskey George Dickel barrels. So that's where the color comes from on that one. And it's just really good. It's good in a skinny margarita. It's good on its own. Tommy's margarita, if you're familiar with that, it's really good. Stands out on its own. It tastes like tequila, but also is just, man, $42. Like, I'm not going to drink this all tonight, but like for $42, this feels like quality. It's not crazy expensive where I'm like, I don't want to buy that, but I'm comfortable drinking it if I wanted to every night. So G4, let me know your daily MVP for credit cards. Let me know your daily MVP, or I guess in this case, daily drinker for tequilas or whatever you have here. Man, that's good. After 4 generations, though, right? I mean, you kind of got to have a master product. But let me go back here to the comments. The 4 points per dollar on the business gold, absolutely. Guys, make sure, right? I don't often look at my credit card statements, but make sure that you do. If you have hobbies like this, right? I've talked about this tequila hobby that I have, and I'll talk about some others as well throughout the weeks and times we do tequila talks. But make sure you understand how things are coding on your credit card. And that may be different if you're using a MasterCard versus a Visa versus an Amex versus a Discover card. What I mean by that, oftentimes outside of the G4, I primarily will get some of my alcohol and some of my other hobbies online. Sometimes some of these online liquor stores, instead of coding as like, I don't know what it would be normally called, alcohol or bar or whatever, they'll actually code as supermarkets. They'll actually code as other types of merchants. And you may have cards, like I mentioned, the City Strata Premier card with the old design here, where you get an elevated points per dollar spend. Like I get 3 points per dollar for spending on some of this in the collection here. So keep that in mind and make sure you do tests on all the different types of cards you have, especially if you go to a vendor all the time. So I regularly shop at one particular online vendor that ships out here to Rhode Island, Massachusetts. So I've tested on which card, like Amex, it doesn't code as supermarkets, and nevertheless, right, Amex doesn't have, or the cards that I have do not have supermarkets or grocery store as an elevated bonus. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to the comments, and then we will move on to number 2. Diet Coke is the daily drinker. That makes total sense. I don't drink much soda. Fun fact. Diet Coke. I don't actually even know if I've ever had Diet Coke. And Strata Elite, congratulations on the application and approval. James, if you're comfortable, let us know. I'm trying to get better with collecting data points, but let us know if you know which credit bureau, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, the city card pulled from, and if you're comfortable sharing your location. Just, you live in Massachusetts or you live in, New York. You don't have to be specific. Not trying to do anything crazy there. Just curious. City is very underrated. It's number 1 for me, and the Prestige card is a GOAT. Agree. The Prestige card, though, is no longer available for signups. So congrats to you for being a longtime churner. I don't think it's been available since 2019, maybe 2018. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Man, that G4 is good. Points with Philip. What's going on? I don't think I've ever seen you on a live stream. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Chad. Oh, man. Chad, thank you so much. And do what Chad says. Chad says, hit the like button. Hit the like button. And appreciate the compliment here. Queen of credit cards. Thank you. Always adding to the collection. We'll talk about some of the cards that are new in the collection here. Y'all already know, usually Monday nights are me and Sledge, but Sledge, we actually put points and miles to use. We actually are traveling. So Sledge could make it tonight due to some travels. Memphis Mike, daily spend card right now is the PenFed Pathfinder card. And you just got the card. Congrats on the approval for that. Again, same comments as before. If you're comfortable sharing, I'm guessing you're in Tennessee, Memphis Mike, but let us know what credit bureau PenFed pulled for you. Would love to get some data points and let's get some approvals. If people are trying to apply for some cards, let's see if I can give you any advice or any tips here. And Chad, so generous. Thank you so much. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I also have never had Coke Zero. Maybe I just haven't had dark sodas. I don't know. Might have to broaden my horizons there. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had Coke Zero either or Diet Pepsi. I don't know. All right. Everyone's saying what up? I was talking to someone about the US Bank Shoppers Rewards credit card. That thing is really impressive. Okay. Yo, Philip, I'm going to come back to this comment if I remember. I want to look it up, but I want to make sure that we get through the 5 first, and then we'll come back to some of these other cards. Let me go ahead and talk about, let's call it round 2. Round 2 here, I've just titled it special. And for this one, I'm going to actually talk about the tequila first. And ultimately, a few weeks ago, and I mentioned in another live stream early January, I started a brand new job this year, January, February timeframe. And part of my new job for the first time ever is me holding a quota. I'm happy to share with you all, and I've shared with my friends and family, but I've hit my quota for the year. So typically it goes from January 1st to December 31st. It's October. So really proud of myself for that. Really proud of all the folks that trained me and got me up to speed and all of that. So this next bottle that I'm going to share with you is one that actually someone bought for me. So appreciate that. But it's just special, right? Hitting the quota, hitting my milestone. Is just, I don't know, time to celebrate, and it's special to me. So person sent me, and very generous. I'm not gonna, call out who sent this or anything like that, but it's an El Tesoro Pardicio. It's a 5-year extra anejo, which ultimately just means, right, if we think about the clear tequilas that you're probably familiar with, or the blancos, those are aged for as 2 months or less. Reposados are anything greater than 2 months, less than a year. Anejo is greater than a year, and they're saying anything above that is what we call extra anejo. So this was aged in barrels for 5 years, and Paradiso in Spanish means the treasure. So I thought that this was very fitting to celebrate hitting my quota for the year with this. It's aged for 5 years in French cognac barrels, and like when you smell it, so let me give this a smell here. You also hear the cork pop thing. Like when you smell this, it smells like just fruits. Like, I don't know if it's cherries or plums, or I don't know exactly what it is it smells like, but it's more fruity. You get none of that like burn your nose hairs type of feel when you smell something like this. I would say I had this to celebrate. I had it on its own, and I'm going to have it on its own tonight. But as we think about, if you wanted to celebrate and you don't like drinking stuff on the rocks or neat, this would be great in a tequila old fashioned. So it has some sweetness with those fruits. So, maybe mixing that with a little bit of orange or something like that. This would be, man, just so good. And then come on, guys, look at this bottle. It has a medal on here talking about 5 years. Look at this top. The top is really homage to how they make tequila. They crush it with something that looks like this. I believe it's called a Tahona, or roller mill. I'm not exactly sure, but this is homage to how they actually make tequila. So absolutely love it. Shout out to the person that sent this over to me. And this is bottle number 1534, and it's a part of batch P07. So shout out to an unknown person that I won't call out here. Came in a box. Come on. I feel like if you're celebrating something, you gotta open it up like it's the holiday season, and I'm keeping the box too. So I store it in the box and everything like that. So price point on this, I looked it up. I don't know where this person bought this, and of course they shipped it here. So don't know the exact cost, but just looking it up online, I saw this bottle of El Tesoro Paradiso 5-year extra anejo anywhere from $160 to $230. I personally wouldn't pay that, but again, it was a gift and a celebratory moment. So this is something that I'll probably keep around. You can see there's not much gone out of this one. And even going back to the G4, going back to my category 1, I just keep extra bottles of these on hand. So I had finished one, and then I just opened this one for the video. So keep that in mind. I actually do drink these and go through them. But hey, cheers, y'all. Round 2, special bottle. Again, it doesn't have that alcohol-y smell. I did pour all these at the same time, so they did have time to breathe. I don't add any like splashes of water or any ice to mine. For the most part, tequila is already a pretty, I'll say, lower alcohol or lower like proof. So like, especially if you compare it to like whiskey. So I don't like to water it down anymore, but I would say even though it smells like fruits, it just smells like, I don't know exactly what I'm smelling. I'm not that far into my my journey here, but very fruity, almost, I don't know, maybe chocolate. Not exactly sure, but you can just tell the color difference, right? If we just go from Reposado here, this is that straw or that hay color into something that was aged. So añejo was aged for 5 years in barrel. So you can just see the difference there. This is more of like a, I don't know, local honey type color, darker color, I would say. And then this is almost basically clear in my opinion, but it has a little yellow tint. All right. Let me go back to these comments and we will continue on talking. Philip, we're going to come back to this if I remember. Points with Philip, good evening. John, what's going on, John? Is there a way I can just push through enter on these? No. Okay, got it. All right, good tip. Okay, Dem was saying, yeah, make sure that things are coding how you need them to code here. That's all. Okay. John, what's up, Mike? Okay, everybody's saying hi. Hey, what's up, Rel? What's going on? Memphis Mike coming home from Hawaii. I see you. Equifax for the Chase, excuse me. Wow, the City Strata Elite pulls Equifax in Florida. So thank you for the data point there. Greatly appreciate it. New Hampshire. Oh, okay. You don't know. You're gonna have to check your credit for your card that you just got approved for. Got it. Rodney, hello. Thank you for hitting the like button and appreciate the compliments, Gunna. Please, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the like button if you like what you hear. While we're talking, let me know if you have a special drink that you save for celebration, graduation, anything that's important to you, whether it's alcoholic or not. Would love to hear for it. And we'll be sure to call those out as we come through. Go Dodgers. Okay. Anyone holding their points for the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve announcement? Or did you decide to burn all the points you've got? Rel, I have some videos that talk about the best ways to use your U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve points. I think the video is called "You're Using the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve All Wrong," something like that. Check that out on my channel. But what I decided to do is to use up all my points. In fact, I think I have 2,000 points left. I'm going to get a Uber gift card to clear that balance out with real-time rewards. For anyone who's not aware, U.S. Bank announced, well, first of all, this card is discontinued as of October of, I think, last year. They discontinued it. And ultimately, they've sent out a memo to existing holders of the card stating that there's all sorts of changes. So I've decided to burn my points, use up my travel and dining credit, the $325. And when my annual fee comes due, it's probably gone. I have a lot of transferable currencies, and unless U.S. Bank announces some unique travel partner, it's gone. Salute to the chat. Chad, thank you so much for coming by. I know you are so busy. You're probably in the air right now. People are waiting, though. People are waiting. I like to use the real-time rewards points. So, The city of Buffalo won't allow Filmo to drink any more tequila. I love that. All right, y'all. Round 2. Let's keep it moving. Let me pull up these cards here. I'm going to switch to credit cards. And when we talk about special occasions, the card that comes to mind for me comes in at $395. And these cards are the Capital One Venture X personal version and the Capital One Venture X business credit cards. Also, tape's had a day here as we think about this finger, but nevertheless, these are the two cards. Here's why I think about this card on special occasions. It's so simplistic to use. Yes, they charge you almost $400 to hold the card, but for that, you get simplicity. And when I'm going out for celebrating a milestone or celebrating someone else, the last thing that I want to think about is, am I maximizing or am I strategically earning the most amount of points possible? I just want to know, perfect, I'm getting greater than 1% cash back or 1% or 1x per dollar spent. And with the Capital One card or cards, check, it does that. So this is the card I use on special occasions for not only that reason, the simplicity, but also, right, thinking about the Capital One ecosystem. You can use your points on things like experiences. And I've talked about Major League Baseball. I've talked about some of the even some of the tequila events that I've gone to because of Capital One and just food tastings, such as like the James Beard Award and other things like that. It's just no frills. You log in, see your points, you earn points as you think about it here, right? You don't have to wait till the end of your statement to get your points like you do with other cards. And there's just no need to worry about optimizing. You're going out, having a good time, sharing, maybe an experience with family, friends, or just solo, right? But you're not having to worry about, okay, do I need to bring this card if we go out to eat, this card if we do an activity? What if I want to book a hotel or experience, right? Simple travel portal with Capital One, accepted everywhere. It's they're both Visa cards. So as we think about that, there's no frills. You can use up that $300 travel credit easily in their travel portal for pretty much anything. Rental cars, flights, hotels, activities, etc. As we think about it, it just has to be done in their portal. And then use their points in other ways, right? Say you use the travel credit for a hotel, perfect. Maybe use a flight for points for the flight, or points for a dining experience or activity that includes dinner, right? I saw today, there's like all sorts of events in New York and Broadway that include brunch and a show. Very cool. I love the experiences. So let me know, what card do you all use for special occasions? Drop it right now in the chat and we are going to keep moving here. But thank you for that. Just want to make sure I've gotten all the comments here. Oh, I don't have the music tonight, Vincent, but thank you so much for the super chat. The Sapphire cocktail at the Sapphire Lounge is great. Okay. What spirit do they use for that? I don't know if I've ever had that. I usually go with the margarita. I forget what it's called at the Boston Sapphire Lounge, but that's what I normally get. I think it's a little has tahini on the rim. They call it spicy. It's not spicy, but it is what it is. Johnny Jimenez, hello. Appreciate y'all coming through. Okay. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, y'all. We're going to go on to round 3, and I'm going to drink some water here so it doesn't get crazy. All right. Round 3 is what I'm calling the dynamic duo. So in my opinion, for tequilas, like what a dynamic duo means to me is something that's like good in a mixed cocktail. This can be it's good on its own, but it's better if you mix it with something. Now, I don't have the bottle, but we talked about this in my very first tequila talks. I'm going to say anything from the Mi Gente line is pretty good dynamic duo. They're good on its own, but I would say they're better in a margarita. They're better in a ranch water. They're better with whatever palomas. Oh, definitely palomas with some of those herbal notes. But overall, the Mi Gente comes in at starts at $40 for their Blanco. But what's nice is they actually have every type of tequila. So everything from, like I mentioned, Blanco, Reposado, they have Cristalino, they have Anejo, Extra Anejo, etc. And they even have some limited editions. But I drank through all of those. So if you haven't seen the previous tequila talk, you're definitely going to want to check it out, where I've talked about all of the Mi Gente, female-owned distiller, and just absolutely amazing when we think about that, being a dynamic duo. I didn't pour it tonight because I did go ahead and have that the last time we did a tequila talk. All right. Moving on to credit cards. This one's pretty easy for me when I wrote out these categories and kind of making them up. But ultimately, the best dynamic duo card that I have right now until June of 2026 is going to be the Citi Rewards Plus credit card, or it's also called the Citi Strata. It's a white card now. I have the old design, but it's just all white as we think about it. And it's a $0 annual fee card. I'm only saying this is my best dynamic duo card until, I got the date wrong, July 19th of 2026. I've held this card for so many years, and the reason why is because it has a 10,000 point rebate when you spend or use 100,000 Citi thank you points in a calendar year. So for this year, I've already maxed out my 100,000 point spending and definitely already collected my 10,000 point rebate. But until July 19th of 2026, if you held this card for years in the past, you also have this benefit. If you're now applying today in October, you do not have a 10% points rebate. But there's not many cards left, especially at a $0 annual fee, that have rebates associated with them. It seems like that is a thing of the past. And obviously, Citi taking that away from the card means, another one bites the dust. But get these offers while you absolutely can. For years, I've been getting 10,000 Citi thank you points for using the Citi travel portal, for transferring points out, like I mentioned, to JetBlue and Choice and some of the others, preferred hotels, or just any type of way that you're using these points. They're going to give you 10,000 points back. So this card's definitely potentially on the chopping block. I can maybe potentially upgrade it if I want a Citi Strata Elite and I'm not able to get approved for a net new card. Maybe this is one I think about increasing up to that level. But as soon as I get my 10,000 rebate, 10,000 Citi thank you point rebate in 2026, this card has absolutely no value to me. I think it earns 2 points per dollar on something, but again, don't waste your time. This is just my perfect dynamic duo card that I'm holding in my wallet. Let me know. Keep it going in the chat. I see y'all. Keep it going. What is the best dynamic duo card in your current collection? Whether you got it in the wood box or otherwise, let me know what your dynamic duo card is. All right, let me go back to the chat here and let's roll through. Points with Philip. I use my platinum for special occasions when I'm doing Resi restaurants. Y'all know how I feel about Resi restaurants. We have a lot of good date night places in Orlando, or my Aspire when I'm going to Bull and the Bear at the Waldorf. Okay, I see you, Mr. Waldorf. Resi restaurants is just so funny to me. I don't know why. Like, I never have said in my entire life, I'm going to a Yelp restaurant. I'm going to an open table restaurant. I'm just going out to eat. I know that it's just a marketing thing, and clearly the Amex marketing is working. So I love it. I love it. Resi restaurants, just such a funny term to me. Okay, Chad giving some praise as always. Love that. Okay, in the Sapphire Lounge, they had the Sapphire cocktail with a choice of Brooklyn Gin or crop artisanal vodka. I went with non-alcoholic. Okay, I see you. Amazing. Love that. I love that they even have the non-alcoholic version. That's awesome. The gold card, the Amex gold card at $50, Resi and 4X at restaurants. Love that. Matthew, hello. Haven't seen you in a minute. I got the 80,000 point American Airline miles for $1,000 spent tonight. Congrats on the approval. I didn't want to do it because it's only been 30 days since my last approval, which was with Barclays. But got some plans for domestic travel. You're going to be sitting on so many American Airlines miles. That's awesome. Congratulations on the approval. Same process as before. If you're comfortable sharing what state you're in, please do so. But also, more importantly, let us know what credit bureau that Citi pulled from. Would absolutely love to understand that. All right. Points with Philip. Thank you for the super chat. He's the reason I have my Ritz card. So by extension, he's the reason I have a channel. Yo, Philip, don't be letting people talk you down about the Ritz card. That card is amazing. I'm glad that you love it. I love it too. That's why I have two of them. I talk about cards that I have multiples of, and the Ritz is definitely one. Don't let the haters bring you down, though. You got it. I love your Ritz card videos, and I know I'm not alone. The Citi Strata reminds me of the green card with travel multipliers. Yeah, I would say it's comparable, but it's almost $70 cheaper. So, different tier of cards. I would say sub 100 is different than cards that are almost $200 when you round up. Okay, I need to go on a family trip. Oh, wow. Sorry, I keep clicking on the same one. Okay, with Bank of America, personal credit card apps, Bank of America pulls Experian, and with business cards, they pull TransUnion. If you apply for a second card, yes. This comment is spot on. I'm not even going to read it fully because absolutely right. Why get one card when you can get two? Or in my case, I applied for 6 cards in 6 days. You know, how far do you want to risk it? What welcome offers are you working on? I love that question. And in fact, let me just travel freely. And I want to make sure I'm answering the question appropriately. Give me 1 second. Y'all know I love travel freely. This is how I track all of my cards. Okay. Right now, I guess technically I finished it already before the card even arrived, but I got the Rakuten American Express credit card. I'm actually going to drop my link to that and I'll put it in the chat as well, in the chat, but also in the comments as well. Because this card is absolutely amazing. I love the ability to earn American Express membership rewards points and um, even potentially getting built rewards. I saw for a minute there's some rumors that we may have some built cards on our hands, built points on our hands. So please go ahead if you're not signed up for Rakuten or you have an extra email address. Go ahead and get Rakuten. You don't have to use it. Highly recommend if you do, especially if you're using the link. But right now, spend $1,000, you get $100 cash back, and that could be in the form of a big fat check. It could be in the form of American Express membership rewards points, and then there's a couple other options as well. I just forget what those are. I think it's like PayPal or something. But yeah. And if you check my Instagram, I've been a customer with Rakuten, I think since 2018. You can actually see, if you want to see what the big fat check looks like, I used to get that before the American Express membership rewards offer was available. So if you want to see the actual check, go ahead and check out my Instagram. Same name as everything. If anyone wants to Venmo, Cash App, whatever, Instagram me, that's totally fine. Go ahead. Same name as YouTube. All right. The Venture one is my dynamic duo card used to transfer points and not much else. Okay. All right. With you. If you want Bank of America to pull Equifax, freeze all of your bureaus, apply and wait. You will get an email from Bank of America to unfreeze either Experian or Equifax. Yeah, we are out here dropping gems on people. Amazing, forcing them to pull a specific bureau. In my case, I would not want them to pull Experian. I think last week we talked about, I think I have 16 or something inquiries on Experian and then like 3 on Equifax. So I definitely would not want Bank of America pulling my Experian report right now. Amazing. Okay, there's some gems out here. St. Patrick, I like to add Resi gift cards from the Delta Platinum and Delta Reserve for that $50 to that $50 gold card Resi credit. And thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. No special occasion cards. Gotcha. Hunted down subs. Okay, sign up bonuses. Got it. Thank you so much, Matthew. $1.99. Appreciate the super chats. So gracious of y'all. Thank you so much. City pulled Equifax in Central Florida. People love the Ritz card. I'm telling you. Tell Philip, don't stop making those videos. Okay. The Amex Platinum and Amex Gold are my dynamic duo. Okay. This is not one I hear a lot. On the gold, I don't think I would hit the $15,000 spend, but I needed to replace some windows in my house. Boom, I did it. 150,000 membership rewards points coming my way. Congrats. And congrats on having new windows. Shoot, you're probably going to see your heat and electric bills go down too with the efficiency there. Okay, y'all, we're going to get back into round 4 so we can keep it moving and people can watch Monday Night Football. There's 2 games. There's one on now. There's one on later. But round number 4, we're here. We're almost done. We're talking through, I call this round Showboat. I don't know where I came up with these names, but Showboat is the card, the name I came up with for these. And starting with credit cards here, I'm just going to talk about my Showboat card, if that's what I'm going for. And I just want to make sure all my numbers are covered up as much as possible. Okay. Is anything by American Express because come on now, look at these cards. This is an absolute showboat card. As you can see here, I got the business gold in the rose gold color, limited edition rose gold. I have the recycled American Express Business Platinum card. I have the new mirror finish. You can probably just see it if I just do this. I could probably, flash down an airplane with this bad boy. But you can see I have the new mirror finish card. Yo, people are wilding. People putting screen protectors on these, y'all. Can you believe that? That's crazy. And then finally, I got another business platinum card as well. And this one is in the classic gold color. Or no, maybe this is white gold. This is white gold. But just overall, no matter what card you have, I love that they have different versions, everything from the recycled all the way through the traditional metal. To me, these are showboat cards. They don't earn great, but if you're just keeping it simple and Amex is your jam, or you just need to replenish your American Express membership rewards points, perfect. Anywhere from $325 they'll collect from you all the way up to $895. So big range, and I think it's appropriate as we move into round 4 for tequilas. Let me know what your showboat card is in your collection. You know I'm going to get to it. We're chugging through the comments here. Appreciate everybody. But for round 4, I call this tequila, instead of a showboat, it's kind of under the showboat category, but I'm calling it a conversation starter. The tequila I picked for this is one that's called Lalo. Lalo is, if you've heard of Patron, most people have heard of Patron, even if they hate tequila. This is the maker of Patron's grandson, Lalo Gonzalez. And ultimately, again, comes from a line of folks that make tequila. So this tequila is good. And as you can see, right, I've been drinking the hell out of this. This is the 750 milliliter bottle, and they make a lot of this, y'all. I'm looking right now. I have bottle number 395,281 as we think about the bottle number I have here. But all in all, I love the bottle design. It's sleek. It has the story behind it. So like if you're bringing this to a party or bringing it as a gift, the price range on this is, again, regional, but anywhere from $39.99, like I normally get it, all the way up to they have another version. They only make blancos, but they have a higher proof tequila. And that goes up to around like 75, maybe $80 for the limited edition high proof. And they have one that was issued in 2024 and one that was issued in 2025. So you'll see the bottle number and all that stuff here. Lalo was actually just purchased by, what's that vodka company that's everywhere? Tito's. They were just purchased by Tito's. So I imagine, just with the ability to produce this on a quicker rate and just ultimately, right? I feel like Tito's is everywhere. This is now going to be something that you're going to be able to see in bars regularly if you're not already seeing Lalo. So it's under category number 4, which is called Showboat. I made a subcategory just for tequila, and that is the conversation starter. So Lalo, let me go ahead and cheers to you. Cheers to all. This is a clear tequila or a Blanco. Good on its own. Better in a margarita, in my opinion. I don't like to just sip on Blancos for the most part. But like, you're not going to get like fakeness out of this. All the tequilas I've shown you are what we call additive free. I'm not against ones that have additives like you can just see in the background. I definitely have some stuff that have additives in it. And ultimately, that means they're just adding additional sugar. Or sometimes, right, not with El Tesoro, but there are companies, one of the additives they'll add is like caramel coloring to make it look aged, to make it look like every bottle the same. So I'm not against it. Just wanted to let you know there are different types of tequilas as we think about it. So that was round 4. American Express was the showboat card. Lalo was the showboat / conversation starter. Let me go ahead and talk through this. Perfect. Okay. I think we're talking about the differences in city. I dropped my link, my referral link to Rakuten. If you have an extra email, go ahead, sign up with Rakuten, make a purchase. And it does help me out if you do that. So thank you in advance, but thank you also for all the super chats tonight too. Um, oh, wow. Okay. You've spent $75,000 on your Amex Platinum card. So now you have the ability to go in with guests to all these lounges. Amazing. You have to spend, just to be clear, you have to spend 75,000 on one card, not all your cards with Amex added up. Just want to be clear on that if you weren't aware. Love my racketing card. I got it last week. Gunna, did you get the silver or the white or the purple card? Absolutely love it. And I also may switch over to Built Points since American Express makes it so easy for us right now in the current day to get American Express membership rewards points. In Texas, Bank of America pulled TransUnion for both business and personal cards. Thank you. Sleepy Rod. Okay. I see you, Mr. Real Estate or Mrs. Real Estate. 2 addresses, one in Northern California and another one in San Francisco Bay. In Northern California, City pulls Experian, and in San Francisco or the Bay Area, City pulls Equifax. That's a great data point. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that. My dynamic duo is the Sears card plus any other sign-up bonus card. Then it's the Robinhood Gold card all day long. That Lalo, it does have that like alcohol-y taste, but you can taste the natural sweetness which comes from the agave plant. I had it sitting out. If you smelled it probably right from the bottle, it probably would give you that nose burny smell, but just wanted to talk about it. Showboat card, the City Strata Elite, the American Express American Express Platinum, or the Business White Gold from American Express as well. Sleepy Rod, thank you so much for the super chat. And it's just because Key is the queen of credit cards. Thank you so much. So nice. Appreciate that. Okay. American Express downgrade and upgrade offers you can earn multiple 6 figures here as we think about that. It's my end of year easy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can just earn so many American Express points. So if Rakuten gets the ability to earn Built Points, chef's kiss as we think about it. All right, y'all. We are on to round 5. Round 5, I've called in hidden gems. I'll go ahead and start with Tequila, and it's one that I actually don't have in front of me. So allow me to go grab it really quick just so I can show it. And it's anything from Arete. So Arete, you can see this is a big bottle. This is a liter bottle here. 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume. But this bottle, y'all, is anywhere from $25 and up. I think it's a hidden gem because you can find it. Sometimes it's like if you go to like a local bar or a restaurant, this is what they use for their house tequila. It's good. Like you can drink this on the rocks. This is obviously my second bottle. This one's not open either, but I'm going to open it just because I don't collect tequila. Let's go ahead and get that open. Perfect. And you'll notice the safety tab pulled off of that too. Anywhere from $25 for a liter of alcohol, y'all. So don't have it poured again, but ultimately it could be an everyday drinker. It could be a hidden gem because I do think that they should be charging more for this, but I'm glad that they aren't. Absolutely love Arete. They have everything from Blanco all the way up to extra añejo. So if you did find that you like this, maybe you try to step up into a reposado or even step up into the añejo. But ultimately Arete at $25 and up for a liter. Most things come at 750 milliliters, y'all. So you're getting extra liquid for $25. Come on. All right. Credit card side of things, I'm going to try and keep it moving, is the Discover It credit cards. These are my hidden gems because I am making a big bet that because of the acquisition with Capital One and Discover, I'm betting that at some point in 2026, Capital One is going to allow you to product change freely between the traditional Discover products, like the Discover It, cashback, all that fun stuff, into the Capital One cards. This includes the Venture One, Saver card, Venture X, and just so many other cards like that as we think about it. So that's my big bet, and that's why I'm calling it a hidden gem. Discover It credit cards, not quite $25. Instead, they are absolutely free to hold. You get 15 months, y'all, of no interest, no APR on purchases and balance transfers. So greatly, greatly appreciate having this in the top 5. And this is under the hidden gem category. I pretty much weekly or anytime I'm kind of chatting with y'all live, I'll go in and check to see if I can get a product change with any of my 4 or 5 Capital One cards that I currently have. And y'all, they will not let me get the Saver card. Do they not know my favorite color is orange? I don't know what's going on with Capital One. Somebody needs to tell them I love them and that my favorite color is orange so I can get a Saver card. That's all I'm trying to say. So whether you've been here for a couple minutes or the whole time, greatly appreciate it. Today, I wanted to talk through, like we mentioned, top 5 tequilas you should have in your collection or should be drinking, as well as top 5 credit cards that should be in your collection. Like always, though, there's got to be a bonus category. And that's what I wanted to talk through before going through the rest of the comments and calling it a night, y'all. The bonus, I called this round 6, the wild card. Now, with credit cards, I'm just going to be very clear real quick. I already put my referral link and I'll make sure to put that in the chat, but it's the Rakuten card. Because of the ability to earn American Express membership rewards points, pretty much every time you make a purchase online or even dining out, the Rakuten card is a wild card. This is a card that should be in your rotation. Man. And also, it's kind of nice. I don't have that many purple cards. It's kind of nice, y'all. So use the referral link down below. Sledge and I talked about Sledge told you how you can get the Rakuten card without a hard inquiry, which means, yes, the card will appear on your credit report, but you're not going to get an additional hard inquiry. I highly recommend it for anyone, especially if you do any online shopping. You need to have the Rakuten card. And now, today, October, is the time to get it before the mail backs up with people shipping holiday cards to people and getting your mail lost with this, that, and the other thing. Get the card with no hard inquiry. The most amount of credit limit I've seen people approve for is $12,000, y'all, without a hard pull. So follow the steps. Go back to our video from this past Monday. So not today, obviously, but the week prior. And Sledge goes through exactly how to get this car without a hard pull. Grab a referral link, whether it's from myself, whether it's from my other co-host Sledge, grab that referral link and go ahead and make sure you are killing it, earning a transferable currency, y'all, for all of your online purchases, for some of your restaurants that you go to locally. Come on, what are you doing? That's the wild card. On the tequila side of things, my tequila wild card, it was tough to pick one. I'm going to drink just one of them. But ultimately, with tequila and with whiskey and with all sorts of expressions as well and spirits, my wild card is really anything that's a barrel pick. So what I mean is maybe one of your favorite liquor stores, restaurants, big box stores, they actually will go into one of these family-owned places and say, okay, I want to taste from these random barrels that you have around. Okay, we want this one to be branded by us. You'll see I have a barrel edition here from Total Wine, Massachusetts. Typically, these are limited in number. I have bottle number 167. Typically, there's like 230 bottles that are made out of a single barrel or a barrel selection. So that's my wild card. But also anything that has like a flashy design, I feel is cool. Whether it has additives or not, everyone loves the bell. Oops, I don't know if I can point to it. Let's see if I can. Nope. Yes. Everyone loves the bell at the top of the Clase Azul. I don't think it tastes very great, but it's so cool. The marketing, all of the bottles are hand painted. But the inside, I would say is not great. But it's good enough. Like if you're not experienced with tequila, if you come over to my house, I'll happy to give you a taste of whatever you're looking for. Tequila is meant to be shared, in my opinion. And then last thing is, I would say like extra anejos are wild cards as well. There's not that many of them because keep in mind they have to store it for it to be an anejo. It has to be stored for anything greater than a year. So with blancos, right? They can churn this out. I told you this was bottled like almost 400,000. So they can churn out blancos because it doesn't involve any sort of resting period. But anejos, this was aged for, this is Tears of Llorona. I think this was aged for 5 years as well. There's a lot of words on this bottle, y'all. I don't know exactly how long this was aged, but this is absolutely delicious. It was aged in like 3 or 4 different barrels, including sherry, including brandy, and another barrel as well. Just very good. Has a cool top, right? All the other ones have like the cork tops. Again, this one just so fruity. You definitely get those notes of like I don't know if it's caramel that I'm smelling or fruits, or it's definitely fruity. But you're just getting those notes of like joy versus I do hate the top on this one though. I feel like it doesn't seal properly. So once some of these bottles are gone, I'm gonna, instead of recycling them, I'm actually gonna pour some of this into a bottle and hope it fits. This is also 1 liter, but rather expensive. When we get into the extra anejos, those are when they get kind of pricey. I think Tears of Llorona is somewhere in the neighborhood of $200, but I'm not sure. Maybe different in different parts of the world. I just don't like overpaying for stuff. So I'm not going to pay. Like you'll see some bottles that are like $400. Like get out of here with that. Like no alcohol's worth that in my opinion. Or maybe I'm just not there yet. But ultimately, wild card is the Rakuten card when we think about credit cards. And then for tequilas, in my opinion, it's extra anejos. It's barrel picks, store picks, or it's anything with a flashy design like the Clase Azul here. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I can't point to this. The Clase Azul with the bell at the top, the bell rings, and all that fun stuff. So that's what I had for tonight, just running us through 5 cards. And of course, I threw in a bonus here. Let me go ahead and check out if there are any comments here. St. Patrick got the purple Rakuten card. Howdy, sorry I'm late. Hey, Texas. Yo, I was in Houston not too long ago. We'll have to catch up next time. For tequila events, though, actually, did I share this with y'all? I'm going to an event called Good Juice. That's going to be in Austin, Texas on November 8th. So if anyone lives in Austin, Texas, dog, I know that's a far drive for you. But I'll be at this event. It's a tequila tasting event from some of the people like I displayed here tonight, and others I haven't tried yet. So very excited to try some of those out. If you are there, please come up to me. I don't know what you look like, but you know what I look like. So please come up, let me know. Would love to share a memory, photo, whatever. Let's just chat about whatever. Calder, I'd love it if Discover cashback could be venture points. Oh man, Discover offers the double cashback feature. Man, that'd be some good venture points right there. That'd be so good. That's my big bet though for 2026. The Rakuten card is one of the best cards of 2025. I completely agree. Completely agree with you there. My new wild card is the Coinbase Amex One card. You get rewards after charges post. You can select the auto cryptocurrency purchase. And I have Bitcoin. I have it on Bitcoin. Others have it on XRP. 2% to start, and if the stake grows up to 4%. Wow. Okay. That's cool. I don't currently hold any like independent cryptocurrencies. I am going to do a video talking about what I hold in my investment portfolio. I know that's probably not the group here that's going to watch that, but I don't hold any, like, I don't have like a wallet or anything like that. I'll have to look into Coinbase. I know people really like the card. Called their wild card is the Venmo Visa or the PayPal credit card. 3x per dollar on a lot of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love the Venmo debit card too. One of my favorite college football teams right now is the University of Colorado. And I noticed that they had, and let me see if I got it in this. Check out my referral links in my description box if you're interested in getting a card box versus the binder. I've gone through so many binders over the years, y'all, because I've had over 100 cards. But let me see if I can find this real quick, this Venmo card without, but you're allowed to pick a design for your Venmo debit card, y'all. Tell me why they had the University of Colorado, and you know I had to pick it. So let me go ahead and find it. Oh, I found it. I didn't have to dig through all the cards. Okay. Nothing on the front. Okay, cool. Check this out. Y'all. Come on now. I love it. I didn't go to the University of Colorado, but I'm really liking the football team and just, the swag that they got going on. But yeah, I love that I could pick that card out. Imagine wrong. Oh my God, so good to see you. Late, but in Philadelphia, City pulls TransUnion. See, I love the data points, right? We can use these data points if we live in Texas, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Philly, etc. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Texas Dog will pay for a teaspoon of the last tequila. Oh, the Tears of Verona. Listen, if you come out and you're in Rhode Island, in Boston, don't be shy. Just leave a comment on the channel. I reply to all the comments. And if you want to share some tequila, all of this is meant to be shared and meant to be chatted over memories and just credit card talk too, in my opinion. So yeah, absolutely. Man, that Tears is just so good. Tastes like wine, kind of tastes like brandy, but it's a tequila at the same time. Dang, that's good. Calder got the University of Michigan Venmo debit card. Go blue. Okay. I see you. I got the Texas Tech Red Raiders Venmo debit card. Okay, so a lot of people like these colleges from the Venmo debit card. And Texas Dog likes Coach Prime as well. Yeah, me too. Okay, y'all. We surpassed an hour here. I do want to just go through quickly and talk through all the super chats. Chad, thank you so much. If you haven't, do exactly as Chad said. Hit the like button. All you have to do, X out of the chat, and you'll see the like button. And if you notice you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click on the subscribe button as well. Vincent, Sapphire Cocktail, greatly appreciate the super chats. Points with Philip. If you haven't seen Points with Philip channel, I love the Ritz card, and this is very humbling, Philip. So thank you so much for that super chat, and I'm glad that the Ritz card is making its value for your family and yourself. St. Patrick, thank you so much. Always so loyal, always here. Appreciate it. Matthew Smith, so good to see you again. And I won't read your comment. I don't want it to get doxxed or anything, but yes, always be working on a sign-up bonus and do this responsibly. Thank you for the super chat. Queen of Credit Cards, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know when I got this title, but absolutely love it. I do have quite a few cards here. You can see I got the Magenta Bunny on here. Travel Freely. If y'all need a link to Travel Freely, this is the only way you should be tracking your credit cards. It does not take your login information to any banks, anything like that. You just say, hey, I have a Discover It. I got it on this date. That's it. I have a lot of videos talking about Travel Freely. Love those folks. I'm not affiliated with them, but if anyone wants to write them and tell them that they only know of Travel Freely because of me, please go ahead and do so. Last super chat here. Texas Dog wants some Tears of Verona, bottle number 3, or batch number 3 here. Anytime, Texas Dog. I'm not stingy here as we think about this thing. So thank you so much. We still got quite a few people in here. I'll stay around for maybe 1 more minute, 2 more minutes. If there are any last minute comments, any last minute questions, please let me know. Thank you, Gunna, for coming through. Oh, Crystal, I'm sorry, I just saw it. $9.99 super chat. What's the University of Colorado card? I see it. Yes, I had to get it braided up, Crystal. But the University of Colorado card is a Venmo debit card. Venmo debit. So you can get that as long as you have a Venmo account. You can pick whatever university, or they have some other designs as well. But thank you so much for the super chat and for joining. Definitely watch the rewind, watch the replay. Appreciate it. He has me waiting on the Ritz card 300 plus more days. It's worth the wait. That's all I can say. It's worth the wait. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions, comments? Appreciate the super chats. Crystal being the last one here. Just want to throw you up. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chats, y'all. Greatly appreciate your time. Greatly appreciate you all sharing data points as well, right? Understanding where different banks are pulling is powerful information. So thank you for that. All right, y'all. As promised, this is where we depart. And I don't usually schedule these. I only did because tonight I was supposed to be on with Sledge and he couldn't make it. But drop by Sledge's channel. He has a live stream on Friday this week. I'll be traveling. So we're kind of switching airplane roles here. If you need anything that you saw in the comments, from the glassware to the credit card box. Oh, y'all, I forgot to show you this. Let me just show you this. I went to an art fair this weekend, y'all. Check this out. I can hold it with one hand, but come on. This is perfect for tequila talks. This is a local woodworker who made this. His son works at a brewery in Rhode Island, in Pawtucket. And his dad made this. It's made out of like African wood. I think he said pine wood and something else. I can't remember all the woods, but I only remember those two. And come on, it's lightweight. He has a little thing at the end so you can put your finger in here so it stays balanced as you're walking. But yeah, that's all I'm going to share for tonight. I love supporting local where I can. If any of y'all have any skills, especially when it comes to artwork, please let me know. I need some artwork for my house and would love to support you and your business. And yes, I had to show you my rack before calling it a night. Thank you so much, y'all. Good night. And again, thank you for your time. Bye-bye. Cheers.